The title of the story is That's What Leprechauns Do.
The title names the story.
This story is written by Eve Bunting.
The author writes the story.
This book is illustrated by Emily Arnold McCauley.
The illustrator draws the pictures.
The genre is fiction.
The genre is the type of story.
The author's purpose is to entertain us, just simply for fun. Let's start reading.
All right.
Pardon us. The three leprechauns sat under the chestnut tree. Harry looked up at the cloud-filled sky. "It's a-coming," he said, "and there's work to be done." Boo and Cole put on their red shoes and their caps and strapped their packs to their backs. "We're ready," Boo said. "But why is it always us that has to put the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Especially since not a single soul ever finds it," Cole added. Harry looked from one of them to the other. "Don't be asking," he said. "It's Leprechaun's duty, so it is. And fellows, remember, it's coming, so there'll be no time for mischief along the way." They walked in line, the one in front of the other, and the other one behind. No mischief along the way," they chanted. No mischief along the way. But when they got to Ballybunion Farm, they saw Mrs. Ballybunion's cow, Pansy, standing in the field. Harry whipped out his bottle of red paint, so he kept in his backpack for leprechaun business. He ran across to Pansy. "Stand still, my lovely," he told her, and he painted her hooves scarlet red. Naughty little leprechaun. Pansy looked down. "Pretty," she said. "Imagine Miss Ballybunion's face when she comes to milk you," Harry shouted. He and Boo and Cole rolled over and over in the grass, laughing. "She'll think I've been to a dance." Pansy did a couple of hops and steps to demonstrate. The leprechauns clapped and whistled. "We'd be delighted to join you in a waltz or two," Harry exclaimed. "But we're in a desperate hurry." "I thought there was to be no mischief along the way," Boo reminded him. They weren't listening. "Oh, sure, but I couldn't help myself. Mischief is what leprechauns do," Harry said. "Along with our more important duties." He glanced up at the tatters of clouds in the sky. "And we'd better not delay, for we've delayed enough already." But as they were passing old Jamie Bradley's house, they saw Jamie Gray woolen long johns spread out to dry on a hawthorn hedge. The leprechauns looked at each other and grinned. As the cat pounced, they ran across the hedge and stood one on top of the other, and the other on top of him. Harry reached up and tied the long johns to get legs together in a tight knot. They almost fell off each other. They laughed so hard. "It would be great altogether to stay and watch old Jamie trying to put his legs into those," Boo said. "But it will be a month of Sundays before they're dry, and we have no time to waste." They took a few minutes to somersault across Liam McGabe's garden. There was a yellow tennis ball in the middle of the road, and they rolled it along with them as they went. Miss Maud Murphy's hen, Bridie, clucked at them from behind the gate. "Bridie," Harry said, would you be doing us a favor? Could we trundle this ball up to your nest? And could you sit on it for us? It will be a great joke on Miss Maud Murphy when she comes out to gather your eggs. Britty put her head to one side. It is not going to be easy sitting on that. But 3 of you were good to me, scaring that fox away from my henhouse last night, so I'll do it. Cole stretched up and patted her wing. Thank you, Britty. They squeezed themselves through the gate and tumbled the ball with them. They heaved it up into Britty's nest. She gave a trial sit on it. I'll be sore underneath myself for a week, she grumbled. But the thought of Miss Maud Murphy's face when she sees I've laid a yellow ball will be worth it. Won't that beat all? Cole gasped. The 3 of you can't help but making mischief, can you? Britty said. That's what leprechauns do, Ari told her. Along with their more important duties. He stopped. Is that a spitting of wet I feel? What could it be? Tiss! Boo stared up at the sky where the sun was flickering through heavy clouds. A thin, cool rain had started to fall. Hurry, hurry! Ari ordered. It's come! We can't be late! They pulled their green slickers from their backpacks and settled their caps low to their ears. Anybody seeing them racing along the road would have taken them for 3 green leaves. But they were leprechauns and they had work to do. Get them out, boyas, get them ready, Ari said. They took their little spades from their backpacks. Then they stopped for a minute to look at the rainbow, blue and green and yellow and pink, that was arched across half the sky. There it is, Ari said with satisfaction. Come on! They dashed across Pattywhacker's bog, found the place where they kept the pot of gold buried for such a rainbow occasion, and dug it up. Ari stood in the middle of the bog. Here, he said. The 3 of them placed the pot of glittering gold in just the right spot and watched the rainbow curve itself all the way down till it ended on the top of the pot. The leprechauns settled themselves to wait. They tootled some grass-stalk music, threw raindrops at each other, and ate the rose hips they'd brought for snacks. They waited long, but nobody came. Once again, nobody came. You'd think somebody would find it, Cole complained. Somebody will someday, Ari said. Maybe we shall put it up a sign, Boo suggested. Pot of gold this way. No, Ari said. That is not how it's done. There's a bit of magic to the finding, a bit of luck, and a bit of imagination too. That gold's waiting for just the right person. The rain had stopped, the sun went behind a cloud. The rainbow shortened itself, then disappeared. No use waiting any longer. Cole took off his cap and wrung the wet out of it. If we hurry, we could be in time to see Miss Maud Murphy discover Bertie's big yellow egg, he said. Boo laughed. Won't that be a great thing to see? All right then, Ari said. We'll put a rush on this. They buried the pot again in its usual place. Ari patted the smooth down bog dirt. Don't worry, Pot, he whispered. We'll be back to get you on the next rainbow day. Now we're off again to see what new mischief we can find. For besides our duties, that's what leprechauns do. That's the end.